story time about when I called the ambulance for a panic attack and then a psychic told me that I was going to die the same day, and then I basically exploded. It's funny. You're allowed to laugh. You're allowed to laugh. I was sat in my class and it started with this feeling of someone sitting on my chest where I was like, this isn't right. I was answering questions. I was bish bash boshing it in uni, right? And I was like, oh, I don't feel well. And I was walking home from uni, and this girl that, bless her, I'd known her for like a week. She was like with me, and I was like, can you hold my hand? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna have a panic attack. I was like, oh my god, I'm literally seeing black. So then I walked back to my uni dorm, and I'm like laying in bed, and I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, I actually can't breathe. So it's basically, it gets really, really bad, and I'm like, I can't see, I can't breathe. And I'm basically just having a full-on meltdown at this point. And I decide to make a cup of tea, and then I'm calling the ambulance because the chest pains get so bad. I'm like, hey, 999, I need help. I think I'm dying of a heart attack. They're like, have you had any health problems before? Have you got any COVID symptoms? I was like, no, boo, but I think I'm dying. So they send an ambulance out, but it takes like 45 minutes, which is actually really good for the ambulance times at the time, because like ambulances were taking like 2 hours anyway. And whilst I'm waiting, I'm like having a cup of tea like with chamomile, trying to calm myself down. I was like losing my head, like I was a little bit marbled. So I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna just like go on this psychic app and just like ask a psychic if I'm gonna die, because I had really bad health anxiety, right? So I thought I was dying of like cancer, I thought I was dying of like lupus, like I've had so many diseases that I've diagnosed myself with, a brain tumor, everything. So I was like, I'm dying. Let me just confirm this with a psychic. So I go onto this like psychic.org or something, and I basically was like, hey boo, am I gonna die? And they were like, so babe, it's not looking good. I was like, nah. And I was like, oh my god, am I dying of something healthy? And she was like, I can sense a lot of concern in your voice, and I feel the concern is rising. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god. She was like, you might want to get checked out with the doctors. Girl, I lost my shit. I was like, fuck. I throw my tea, and I'm like, oh my god, it's all over me. I run out into the courtyard, right? My hoodie is basically the only stuff I have on me, and I'm running out, and I'm like just running around in circles in the middle of the courtyard. All these people are thinking, who the fuck is this crazy person? Like, why is she like running around? Like, I'm scared. Like, I'm fucking scared. And then the ambulance arrives, and I'm just like running around, and the ambulance is like, you call an ambulance, like, hook me up to the whatever ECG machine. They're like, your blood pressure's like 140 over 160 or something. It was like really high, like mentally high. And they were like, so you're not having a heart attack, but I think you're having a panic attack. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I've literally called an ambulance for a panic attack. That is so embarrassing. And I thought everyone should know that story because it was funny. And yeah.